Hi everyone, John Davenport here from photography.com with another Let's Edit video. Today we're going to take a look at this photograph that you see on the screen right now. It's a very, kind of cliche New England winter scene. We got some snow-covered trees, which you'll see in a second. Nice freshly fallen snow. This little dot here that you see is the moon, which is about to set in the horizon, and behind me was actually the sun, which was about to rise over the horizon. One of the things that I want to talk about before we get started is the idea of white balance and snow. I don't know if you have ever had issues where you get either really gray snow or really blue snow, and that's all due to the white balance. So that's one of the reasons why I shoot in RAW, because you actually have your, total control over what you want your white balance to end up looking like in the end. So you can kind of correct for anything you want after the fact, and you don't really have to worry about it in camera. It's one of those things that, by not having to worry about it, you're able to worry about some of the other aspects of your photograph, like sharpness and depth of field and all that stuff, which is a lot more difficult to fix once you're in the software. So anyway, let's get started. What I'm going to do today is use two different graduated filters here. We're going to come in one on the top and one on the bottom. And this is because this photograph, I think, will look pretty good with, the top one. So this is the one that's on the bottom. Let's see here. Yeah. So we're going to come up about maybe 2.5 stops for this one. And you can see here, I have it angled to kind of slope along this tree line. And we're going to put it right about where the moon is. So we're going to come just above the tree line and kind of slope along down to the right here. And then this one on the bottom, I'm going to go just below this one here. So a little bit lower than the moon. And again, sloping along the tree line. And this one, I'm actually only going to do about 1 stop up, 1.1. So what that does is it allows me to really control these two zones. This top half of the photograph has been exposed higher by 1 stop, whereas the bottom, we don't want to do that. Whereas the bottom of the photograph has been exposed up 2 stops. And now one more exposure thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here with an adjustment brush, and right now I have it set at 1.3 positive. And I think that'll be enough for what I need. So I'm just going to come and paint in these trees really carefully here. And then I'm just going to come in with my erase tool and use a trick from the first video, which is just to kind of go over it with a very low flowing erase tool, just to kind of blend everything back in. If you use a really rough adjustment brush, you're going to get really harsh lines. So if you come in with a low flowing erase tool, you can kind of blend that adjustment brush back into the regular photograph. So this is what I have right now, and I'm thinking it's looking really pretty close to where I want it to be, but I'm going to come back into this global adjustment the basic tab here for the global adjustments. I'm going to add some contrast to the overall photo. I'm going to add a little bit of highlight detail, just a touch, maybe just a little shadow detail, just to, again, emphasize these trees in the background a little bit. Then I'm going to come down here to the clarity tab and add maybe about 30 or so, and that'll sharpen up the image a little bit. Just a touch of vibrance up to about 10. And that's looking pretty good. I'm not going to touch the saturation because there's really not a lot here, and if you add too much saturation, you'll start to turn your snow blue, and we don't really want to do that. So that's good there. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here to the highlight priority tab. I'm going to add a bit of a vignette. I think it's kind of really looks good. It helps to draw your eyes right into these footprints in the front of the photograph here, and bring you right into the scene. I know you want to go sit maybe into this little house here or something, I don't know. But yeah, I'm just going to do that. I'm going to bring in maybe a pretty good feather effect so that it's kind of a little more subtle of a vignette, and I'm actually going to come in, I'm gonna come in here and I'm going to crop it down a little bit. Cropping is something that I really like. I think it's a really good way of experimenting with composition. You can crop this way here, or maybe you can crop over here. There's all sorts of different kinds of ways that you can crop this photograph, and you can change things up. So it's really up to you how you end up cropping it. And I think that actually playing around with your crop tool can help you out in the field, because you'll be able to take a photograph and crop it 6 or 7 different ways and see all the various compositions within that particular photograph. And then when you're out in the field looking through your viewfinder, you can visually crop that image that you see in your viewfinder and actually go and capture those images full frame in your camera while you're there. So it's one of those little tools that I just wanted to pass along at the end of the video here. You can feel free to tell me what you think about it in the comments below. And before I go, I will show you. This is the before image, and here we are at the after image. It might look a little different than the original photograph that I published on my site, but it's the general gist of what I did. I hope you like these videos. There's many more coming. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Have a great day. Bye for now.